أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله جزا الله أن محمدا ما وآله صلى الله عليه وسلم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد إن أوحينا إليك كما أوحينا إلى نوح والنبيين من بعدي وأوحينا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وعيسى وأيوب ويونس وهارون وسليمان وآتينا داود زبورا. All praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Peace and blessing to our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Indeed, it's a great ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a great blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gathered here today to fulfill His command. It's just a ni'mah that we were able to witness Eid al-Adha, that we were able to enjoy the moments of Eid. So the people who haven't met, Eid Mubarak to each and every one of you guys. I hope that each and every one of you guys were able to enjoy the moments of the Eid, at the same time have fun, and then have a lot of qurbani. At the same time, you enjoy those time moments, because these moments are really precious. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity to have more moments like this with our families and our friends and gatherings at the same time. So today I wanted to bring up a topic that you and I, we should be aware of this, we should be talk about this, and we should be more promote this idea, promote this topic to our new generations, our children, our kids, so that way we could preserve our deen even more stronger down the road. So today, just to understand you, a couple things that I've been involving myself into a lot more humanitarian work, doing a lot of more work out there, social work, so-called, they say social work, they say, any good deeds, any good actions that you think of for community, for serving them. There's a lot of refugees, you go out there, you help them, and then you join the organization, you do a lot of work. So, but I wanted to talk about the idea behind this, the idea of the aqaid, belief that we have as a Muslim, as an Islam, what offers Islam to it. Muslims, we represent them, and sometimes we represent Deen and Islam to our local communities. I'm sure there are a lot of interfaith dialogues happening in the community itself. We do a lot of that. Our community here does a lot more interfaith dialogues, and they share the knowledge with them, and then they put awareness of our Islam out there. So especially we're living in this mainstream American society that we live in. But at the same time, I wanted to bring a couple reasons behind this. The reason behind this, the purpose of this, so we could be more educated on this point. There is cosmological reasons, and then there is takweeni reasons, right? The reasons that point us that why do we do this, and what our Nabi Rasulullah Sallallahu done this before in his life. He also promoted Islam to the people and community. With that said, we should not promote Islam just because of its humanitarian aspects of it. Let me digest that and break that down a little bit more better, so you and I could have a better and comprehensive, better understanding to it. What I mean by that is that every one of us have ability to do some humanitarian work. Like example, our Nabi Rasulullah, the famous hadith that we all know about this as growing up and reading the seerah of Rasulullah, that when the Wahi came to our Nabi Rasulullah, the revelation was revealed to our Nabi Rasulullah in the cave Hira. Then immediately he ran to his wife Khadija radiallahu ta'ala an. Everybody knows this, we understood this is the basic knowledge of seerah. When he went to his wife covered him when he said, I'm shivering, I'm cold, and then his body was shaking on the Nabi Rasulullah, and then he said, Zummaluni, cover me. When she covered him, she said, what happened? He said, the revelation came to me, then he explained the whole revelation. Then she gave him an amazing support, and then consoled such a beautiful, intriguing way that you can't even imagine. And then she said few things. The hadith capture this, and this is what I'm trying to get to understand this whole concept of what Islam brings to the table when every one of us are equally have ability to do humanitarian work, social work. So when she said that you are pristine and elite humanitarian because you have done so much for the community, you give people a comfort zone, and then you help them and give them the best advice. As a good person, as a good human being that you are, that you have done such a great work, right? Beyond that you can't even imagine. In this planet, you have done so much great work. And she's consoling him by saying these things. You keep relationship with your families. And everybody knows that how hard it is to keep a ties with one of those bad apples in our family we have. Everybody have those. And everybody go through them. And everybody don't want to face those challenges by themselves. Especially speaking of, myself and my Hyderabadi. So we could tell a lot more about this as a Hyderabadi family that we grew up with. But jokes on the side, but I wanted to bring this up point is that if Rasulullah keep ties with his families, his relative, and then also he entertained the guests and he took care of the people who need financial help. Rasulullah went beyond his capability to help social work and then humanitarian work to his community and in society. So people would never doubt that you Nabi Rasulullah. When she was giving consulting to this, she said that a value that you bring on the table as human being is far more beyond. That you yourself, just being a humanitarian work, the way you are as a character, the best person on this planet is impeccable. Then what does Wahi does? What Islam brings to the table? What made our Nabi Rasulullah sallam as he's being the best person, human being in this planet? Because Rasulullah before the Wahi, he himself was the best person, human being on this planet. No doubt about that. But what Wahi does took our Nabi Rasulullah beyond and far our imagine, and we cannot fathom, to the next level of humanitarian. And that's what I want to talk about today. What made Rasulullah and what Islam brings on the table. So let me digest this a little bit more. Let me give you some examples to comprehend what I mean by this. An example, grew up in Chicago, born and raised. Chicago is my hometown. Tired of winter, came to Dallas. And growing up in Chicago, we have neighbors, Christians, we have neighbors, atheists, we have neighbors of every different religions, because Chicago is a diverse city. You see all kind of religion people who believe the different beliefs, and then we're all living in the same neighborhood. Growing up in Chicago, we have neighbors who they're senior citizens, they don't have ability to go shelve when the snow falls in, they don't have ability to go shelve, driveway, the snow's out of the way, so it's easier for them. So people like, as a Muslim, right, and then there's a neighbors, Christians, really good Christians out there, and there was an atheist out there who doesn't believe in any God, but he was a good humanitarian. He was a good character guy. We all come together, winter time, we knocked on the door, we sit down together, we'd say, hey, can you take these 4 houses on the left, you shovel their snow, and you take this, and I'll take the front way, 5 houses. So we go and then find the old people to shovel the snow. Me and my friends, we get together, we gather more people, the Christian guy gather his friends, and we start helping, knocking on the door, we're helping, let us help you clean this. That is called doing as a good human being should do. Correct? Now, understanding as a good human being, doing a good action, that made you a good person. But what happens is that what Islam brings you, because every other religion have the same concept of being a good human being. What makes the Islam superior than anybody else? What makes it? The Wahi makes it the most far superior any other religion. And that's what I want to discuss a little bit and bring it up to the attention to our new generation, that someone come and ask you, you are doing a good humanitarian work, you're doing a good social work out there. What makes you the better person? What makes you the better person? You will say that my religion makes it better. The fact that we're doing the same work. But what makes it better is that our Islam brings the value on the table is the Wahi. And then what's the Wahi comes from? Is from the Sunnah of Rasulullah. We're doing a good work. Why? Because it's the Sunnah of Rasulullah. And why Rasulullah doing the Sunnah work, his actions, was coming from the Wahi. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaching him how the importance of the Wahi comes in and plays the big role. What do you mean by that? A couple things to understand. When the Wahi comes in, Wahi brings on the table a knowledge that you and I cannot fathom that knowledge. The knowledge only could understandable beyond our understandable is only the person is our Nabi Rasulullah and all the prophets who got the Wahi too. The Nabi, when he gets the Wahi, the revelation of the Quran, the revelations of the words of Allah, that made him far superior to understand the Creator. Understand what will happen after when they leave the dunya. The knowledge that they preserve, that Allah give them knowledge with the Wahi, is that something that you and I, no matter what we become, we could become one of the intelligence of the genius in this world, but we would never come comparable to someone who understands the Wahi the way Nabi did. That's the purpose of this. And that's what the importance of the Wahi is. That's what I wanted to talk about, but bring it up to everyone, is that what makes us the best person amongst everybody in the community we live in. If you want to promote your religion, we promote not only humanitarian, I'm not saying that it's not a bad work, it's just the basic human being work. But what makes it even better is promoting our Wahi. Promoting the revelation that Allah has promoted to us to do so. And that's what Nabi Rasulullah did so. That's the concept, and that's what Aqidah is. Now, understand this. The Wahi, when it was revealed, that Nabi Rasulullah preserved the knowledge of Wahi, is far more beyond our understanding. What I mean by that is, Allah knows that what will happen on their judgment. And that knowledge was transcended to our Nabi Rasulullah. And when the Wahi was revealed, that knowledge was given to us from our Nabi, that what will happen when you die in the grave. That's why you open the books of Hadith, Rasulullah telling us that what will happen when you die. Can any scientist out there, any engineers out there could tell you what will happen when they die? No. There might be a people who will disagree, who will not even exist. They say, you know what, it doesn't make any sense for them. But here, our religion gives far more beyond the knowledge that no one could ever give into us. And that's Wahi. That's what I'm trying to understand and bring it up to understand, is that the knowledge beyond on a day of judgment, what will happen, how we will go into the Jannah, who will enter the Jannah, and then how Allah created. It's a time and space. So the people in this dunya, no matter how genius they are, they have only limited knowledge. Limited knowledge to secular in this dunya only. But the Wahi brings the knowledge beyond and far beyond that. This is called after dunya. And we believe, our aqidah as a Muslim believer, that we have another life in akhirah, and what's going to happen in akhirah, the knowledge comes from the Wahi. And that's what makes it far more beyond, as a basic human being, that we makes it superior over all this as a Muslim. That's what I want to talk about. Now, last thing I want to discuss before I conclude, one more point. So, do you think that question to ask ourselves is that our kids will ask? I'll tell you one thing. When you go to college, these questions will raise in the university, especially. When I was in university, they talked about philosophy on beliefs, and then the whole psychological mindset they put on our generation of youth is questioning your own faith, question your own religion. Does your religion talks about this? But that's only limited to it. When our own youth start able to understand the Wahi of Allah, right? When they comprehend the knowledge of Allah is given to us, then it's easier for them to not to deceive from this dunya's questions. And that's what we need to train our children to understand the aqaid of our belief, and the aqidah of our belief, that what make us the superior than anybody else. You know, there is a concept that every one of us believe that besides the knowledge, our Nabi also have, there's a lot more to talk about discussing. It's a long topic. You should ask your local imams to discuss on this topic a lot more deeper aspects of it. You know, when the Nabi brings the knowledge to us, he's not only bringing knowledge, he also telling us that affects our actions. An example, Rasulullah tell us, if you do this action, then on the day of judgment, this is the consequences you will face. He also brings the action, if you do this action in this dunya, you will face the consequences of this dunya as well too. So, not only just the knowledge comes out from the Wahi, it also comes a lot more to protect us in akhirah, telling us that this action, any action you do in this dunya, how it will affect on the day of judgment, and then based on that effects of the day of judgment, then your results will be this much. This is your results. If you're going to go to Jannah or if you're going to go to hellfire. If you want to purify yourself, then purify yourself in this dunya, then go straight to Jannah. And then if you want to purify yourself, then if you don't want to purify yourself, you do sins here, then on the day of judgment, you purify yourself going to a Jahannam, and then just because you have Iman in you, then you will enter the Jannah at the end. Right? That's the concept. And all this knowledge is coming from where? It's from the Wahi. And our Nabi Sallallahu was far superior intelligence on this one. So that's why he was able to share this knowledge with us. And then effects that will, down the road, the effects will come to you once you're able to understand the actions that you do in this dunya, and then the results will come up better in akhirah. That's the whole concept of importance of the Wahi is. And that's the whole concept that we should all understand even better. So next time you want to promote your religion, you want to promote the Islam that you have, then you should able to understand the Wahi better. You should able to sit down and learn the Wahi. So that way you make yourself even more far superior than any other people around, the people who are doing the same work as you are. There are people who are doing the same work you are, everyone doing the same equal. What makes you better? Just because you have the Iman in your heart, believe in your heart of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and because of that makes you even better person, superior than everybody else. So that's the concept. The reason I brought this up, I think this is it's a really important topic to discuss amongst yourself and then your family members, and then have questions to this, because our children who come after us, if they fail to comprehend and then study this concept of Aqidah and then in Wahi, what's the importance of the Wahi is, then we will be failed. It's easier to deviate from the religion of Islam then. And that's the most dangerous thing that you could ever think of it. So that's something that, protect yourself, protect your Iman. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to understand the Wahi, understand the rivers of the Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to promote our religion a better way that our Nabi Sallallahu did so. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy upon us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us, our ibadat, our work. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it upon, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give shifa' to the senior people, the older people who wanted to come to masjid but they cannot come because of the health issues. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them the shifa'. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to have Iman and faith in our heart before we leave this dunya. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our progeny who comes after us, and then protect their Iman as well too. Wa qad Rabbil Alamin, innal Ghafur Rahim. الحمد لله نحمد ونستعين ونستغفر ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد ان سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله جزا الله محمدا ما هو اله صلى الله عليه وسلم ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار وعذاب القبر وعذاب العشر اللهم اجرنا من النار اللهم اجرنا من النار اللهم اجرنا من النار ربنا هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون أقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله استووا وقيموا صفكم اعطوا وقيموا صفكم. الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم
مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Thank you, brother Bilal, for your beautiful khutbah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you and your family. A few announcements for you. We will have a community potluck on Friday, July 29. Over here, we will send you all the informations and for sign up through the Telegram and ICC. So please keep an eye on that one. For Bunyan, this Sunday will be at 1 to 3 p.m. Our Imam's official hours from 6 to 8 p.m. every Thursday and Sunday. And these are his names, hosted by Sheikh Abdullah, will be every Thursday after Isha. Also, there is an announcement. There is someone actually has parked on the dentist's office. As you know that it is not allowed to park over there. I think the Coppell police has already given him a ticket. So please be aware not to park over there. And we are also running the membership campaign. You have received the email as well as the announcement through the WhatsApp and Telegram. So please join on that one. Jazakallah khairan. Please donate generously.